Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for, this is your June bonus reading. You have this training card. It says you still have some new skills to acquire before you can really advance to the next stage in your career. You have this obligations card. It says you have some prior contracts or commitments that still need to be fulfilled before you can completely move on to the next stage of your journey. Both of these cards basically say the same thing. They both say that you are finishing something out or you're completing something so that you can move on to the next stage of your journey, which is pretty crazy. So, a lot of you could be like wrapping something up, or you could be wrapping up part of your journey, or the journey that you've been on, and that kind of makes sense to me. You have the Five of Cups as your current general energies. The Five of Cups, this first card, and I'm doing a Celtic cross this month, and the first card is kind of like how you are entering into the reading, and the Five of Cups can represent regrets or sadness, but really the Five of Cups is about letting something go or needing to let something go. The story of the card is that he has lost his taste for wine. If someone were to offer him wine, he wouldn't even accept it because he doesn't like it anymore. But he is sad that he has lost his taste for something that he once enjoyed. And he needs to realize that there is fulfillment somewhere else. If he turns around, he sees these two cups, and he also gets this bridge and this castle here, Virgo. So I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like time to turn around. It's time to see what's, it's almost like, I think that's what this is. It's almost like just looking at the whole reading, that like something is waiting for you to see it. Something much more fulfilling, like a much more fulfilling relationship or opportunity or job or whatever you're looking for. And so I think you need to see that here. Your crossing energy is the Five of Wands. The crossing energy in a Celtic cross can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. The Five of Wands is like conflict or competition. I do think it's an amazing time for you, Virgo, to like look at the competition, in any area of your life. It could be work, business, love, money, spiritually, whatever. And I feel that like looking at the competition and seeing what they're doing and what you're not doing and kind of filling in the gaps would be very helpful. It just seems to be something that's come up for you before. I would also be careful of like imagined competition. It's like sometimes I think we think there's competition, but really if we would, try whatever we're afraid to compete in, it could be like in work or business. Maybe you think there's too many people who are going for a position you want, but maybe if you actually tried it, you would find that there isn't any competition. Maybe same thing in love. It's like maybe there isn't as much competition as you think for something you want, or a person you want, and so I would go for it. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, you have the Six of Cups. I kind of feel a lot of people have this nostalgic feeling right now. I think people could be thinking about like the way things used to be. I think people could be thinking sorry, I forgot to pull your last two cards, by the way. But I think people could be thinking like things used to be easier or better or different. So it's coming up in the area of your thoughts. And, this is just a card of innocence and nostalgia. So some of you could be thinking about or having nostalgic thoughts this month. The other thing about the Six of Cups is that the Six of Cups can sometimes be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning that normally when we get the Six of Cups, we might be bumping up against an obstacle. And then when we get the Six of Cups, the gift we receive is a turnaround. So some of you could be trying to create a turnaround or like overcoming some obstacles this month, which is good. In the area of your foundation, you have the Lovers. If you already have love, this is amazing. Coming up in the area of your foundation, could say that you're getting a lot of support from your partner if you're with a person. If you want love, it's also amazing. It says that there could be a very secure type of relationship coming in for you this month, Virgo. So for those of you that want love, this looks good. This could also be a new path for you, Virgo. The Lovers traditionally was a card called the Choice, and, it kind of represented having a choice to make in love. But, I think sometimes the Lovers can also say that we have a choice in life on, like, what direction we move in, or we have a choice on what we can go and accomplish. And usually I say with the Lovers that the new path or the new choice is the best choice. So, again, don't be afraid of picking the new path here with the Lovers, especially if you're getting a choice on something or if you're making a decision on something. Usually the new choice is the best choice. Next, in your past position, you have this Aries card. It says take the lead. It says don't wait for others to light the way. It's your time to step up and take the lead. You have this Bear tree. It says don't waste your energy or efforts on something that is clearly not bearing fruit. Yes, if something isn't working, don't waste your time. But it's coming up in the past, so you've probably already learned this. It is an amazing time to take the lead with all the energy that's in Aries right now, Saturn and Neptune mostly. So again, everybody has to take the lead at this time. And as a matter of fact, Neptune and Aries really wants people to take the lead because, the challenge with Neptune and Aries is like looking for a savior. People will be looking for a person who has all the answers. But Neptune is very spiritual, and Neptune wants people to realize that only you have answers. I've been saying this for years, that during Neptune and Aries, we will see like the rise of cults, right? Because people are looking for a person who has the answers. But really your job is to realize that you already have the answers. You don't need to look for answers with someone else. And, that is the trick, right? So I think that this is saying, don't get, basically trust yourself and, take the lead on things you're trying to improve. You have the Temperance card. I actually feel pretty good about the fact that this is showing up in the past position because I feel like it's saying that you have been patient. You've been kind of like working maybe diligently towards things and you've been practicing patience or temperance. And because of that, now you could be getting your reward here, Virgo. This right here is the path to glory, and we have this glowing crown in the background. And so the Temperance card can represent kind of like moving towards that glowing crown or getting off on the path to glory. So I think a lot of you need to start moving towards, bigger and better things, or you need to start moving towards things that you want or you're trying to create in your life because it will probably lead to a lot more success for you. So I would start working towards this crown here, Virgo. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this Trust card and this Record card. So I feel that we are in a time of trust because we had that full moon last month in May, it was like May 12th or whatever in Scorpio. That full moon was all about trust and the truth and our own inner truth and discovering truths as well. And so you might be saying like that was like a month ago, which is true. But, again, just because something happens doesn't mean we don't still work with the energy for months to come, right? And so you could still be working on that truth energy or discovering truths. The Record card, I think we are in a time of needing to really pay attention in life. I think everybody needs to pay very close attention to like what's working, what's not working. I think it's an amazing time to write things down and keep track of what's working in your life. Like maybe you need to have a journal, or maybe you need to journal like what's working, what's not working in your life. And doing that will probably be very beneficial. You have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about following your heart. She has this big cup right here, and that big cup kind of looks like a trophy to me, I always say. And so I feel that she needs to put her heart first. And that's kind of what I feel you need to do, Virgo, with this card. It's coming up in the area of your very near future. So right now, I think you need to really value what your heart is saying, and you need to put your heart first and like not other people's hearts as well. The other thing that I think you need to do more is focus. I don't necessarily consider her to be a card of focus. Really like the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, those are cards of focus. Also, the Queen of Pentacles is a better card of focus, but for whatever reason, it's popping into my head that you need to focus more with this energy on what you want. And I think, doing that, focusing more on your heart could be very beneficial. Next, in your outcome, you have this Moth Spirit, says surrender now. You have this Whale Spirit, says trust in the great mystery. I think you need to surrender to the mystery. It's like sometimes we can't explain like why things work the way they do. Sometimes we can't explain why things didn't work for us or didn't go the direction we wanted them to, right? But sometimes in the future is when we connect all the dots. And I kind of feel like that's what this is saying. Is like, don't try to figure things out. Just worry about connecting the dots in the future. And I don't know, that's kind of a weird message, but that's what I get there. In the area of the next few months, you have the Seven of Cups. Again, I feel pretty good about this. Seven of Cups, to me, sometimes I feel it's good, sometimes I feel it's bad, because he's kind of like dreaming or thinking of too many things here, and he's spoiled for choice. He might have too many options. But again, I feel pretty good for you here, Virgo. I think that you do have a lot of options, but this is like a good thing. I think you're getting a lot of options in life, and it's giving you variety. The more options you have, sometimes the better decisions you can make. And so I think you are making very good decisions over the next few months because of the options that you have. I also think that you're getting back to like a more dreamy place, or a place where you can dream. We have the South Node in Virgo, we have the North Node in Pisces, your opposite sign, and I think that North Node actually could be helping you dream more. And when if you can't dream, it's almost like you are being too serious. But like when you can dream, I think you are being more playful, and it's like you're able to dream of better ideas and better things to do in your life and all that other stuff. And that's kind of what I get here with that Seven of Cups. You have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is like charging forward towards success. So I think a lot of you could be like charging forward towards success here with the Knight of Swords and creating a lot of success. The Knight of Swords, this is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. So I do feel that you could be very popular over the summer. You end with the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is definitely a card of popularity. It's a card of your community and socializing in your community. I feel the Knight of Swords, sometimes can be a little bit pushy. He's being too hasty. I kind of do feel this could be love coming in for you, Virgo. So if you're single, this could be love. I think it could be good, but at the same time, there might be a need for you to slow it down and to make sure this person isn't like rushing or like forcing things to happen too quickly or any of that stuff, right? So if you need to tell this person to hold their horses or slow things down, then that is what I would do with this card. Is like, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to tell a person to slow things down and that you don't want to rush and all that other good stuff. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Page of Swords. I feel really good about this card for some reason, Virgo. It's almost like, this is a card of curiosity. And the reason I feel good about this is because it's like, sometimes I think we can be curious about an idea, like in work or business or anywhere else. And then we try it and it works and it makes us curious about what else could work. And, that's like the message that I got when I put this card down earlier, is that it's almost like you are being more open to trying new things in life, or you're being more open to being more messy, right? With the South Node in your sign, that is going to be, that is perfectionism. The South Node in Virgo is about overcoming perfectionism, not trying to be perfect. And I think you're trying more things with the Page of Swords. And I know that's a very general message, but I don't know, whatever. It is what it is, right? And I think you're being willing to like experiment more and be more curious. And I think that's making you try even more things, because it's like once you prove to yourself that, trying something, it doesn't hurt and it could be a good thing, then you're going to be willing to try more things. And that's what's popping into my head. Your outcome is the Three of Cups, which is very good. Three of Cups can be a celebration, happiness, good things happening to you. It's also a card where these three ladies are celebrating a harvest. So a lot of you could be attracting a harvest, like more money or more success in your life. You could just be creating more success in general with the Three of Cups, and obviously that is going to be a good thing. I also think surrounding yourself with people who lift you up is going to be important, Virgo. You've had like a lot of lessons over the past many years with other people, so again, surrounding yourself with the right people is going to be important. With the Ace of Cups and the Five of Wands, with the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups, is what I meant to say. The Ace of Cups is about paying attention to your heart. With the Queen of Cups right next to this, I would make sure that you are creating your own fulfillment. It's almost like that's what those three cards are saying to me, is that, like, sure, yeah, you could be absolutely attracting love, but the Ace of Cups sometimes I feel is about doing things that cause your heart to overflow. So I would make sure that you're doing things that bring fulfillment in for yourself, right? And that's going to be the best thing for you. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is coming up with the Six of Cups. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So a lot of you could be like looking for people who you can work on a team with, especially with the Three of Cups coming up at the end. The Three of Pentacles is also about putting your work on display. And I'm pretty sure that I've been saying this to you for like months now, Virgo, that, if you have like a talent, gift, skill, or ability or something you're good at, I think you need to show that off more, or you need to put that on display, because it'll make you very successful if you do. I think there could be a lot of attention for you if you, put your skills out there, or if you show your skills off, right? And that's what I would do with that card. With the Lovers, you have the Knight of Cups. Yes, clearly, definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you here. This could be a person that you're watching, or that you're spying on, or something. Or they're spying on you, I don't know. But there definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in. I do feel like it's a very dreamy person. I think this could be a person like, if you're wondering who is this person, it could be a person who has a lot of dreams in life, or they have a lot of, maybe they have a very dreamy personality or something. But, it's just kind of like popping into my head as a very dreamy person. With the Temperance card here, you have the Knight of Swords. Again, the total opposites, right? Knight of Swords is rushing, Temperance is patience. It's coming up in the past position. So this is probably a lesson that you've already learned, Virgo. It's like you've already learned that you can't like force things to happen. You've already learned that you shouldn't be rushing and all that other stuff. So again, pretty good. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a turnaround. It can be a gift from the universe. Definitely could be love. You have the Six of Cups twice. So the Six of Cups can be a soulmate. I feel like this is a new person. I don't think it's a past person. I think they're just showing up as a Six of Cups because it could be like a very childlike, playful connection. And I've been saying this for months. Love seems to have changed since like 2023 or 2022, somewhere around there. I do think the types of connections that are going to work moving forward for people are going to be less serious. Now, that does not mean it's not going to be serious, as in committed. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is that they're going to be more, I think more playful, lighthearted connections are going to do better. And again, that doesn't mean you're not taking it seriously. It just means that it's more lighthearted, and which is probably good. Everybody is too freaking serious in relationships in the first place. So, every little thing that happens, people have to run to TikTok and say, my boyfriend said this, my girlfriend said this. It's like making me sick, right? I don't even go on TikTok anymore. I haven't been on there in like 6 months. So, again, I think everybody's like too freaking serious. People need to chill out. And, there you go. Be more playful. I also feel this could be a turnaround. Like I said, rant over. But I think the Six of Cups can be a card of creating a turnaround in your life. It's like a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Yes, I said this about possibilities. When we experience more possibility, we expand, plain and simple. And the Three of Wands is a card of expansion. It's like when you give yourself more options, you are expanding, plain and simple. And that's what you're doing with that Seven of Cups. I think that, I think this is an amazing thing for everyone to be doing right now, going on more adventures, learning new things right now, because like the more experiences we have, the more variety we have in life, the better. I can't really explain the message, but I've been getting it for like the past year or so that I think everybody needs more variety. Literally, and this might sound lame, but it's like if you drive to work every single day the same way, like drive a different direction, right? I literally think people need to mix up their day in that, like mix up the order of the things that they're doing, because I don't know, the universe is trying to get people to mix things up. And again, it might not seem like immediately important, but you never know what you could discover. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. Again, yes, I would be careful of who you let into your life. I think this is a lesson you've learned over the past many years, is that like some people have good intentions, some people have bad intentions, and it's like you're just, paying attention to who you can and can't allow into your life with that Three of Cups. With the Page of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. So I think a lot of you are kind of like working on resources or gathering your resources. She is a card of resourcefulness, and she pays very close attention to where she puts her energy. And if she doesn't have to waste energy, she doesn't. So I think a lot of you could be being resourceful. With the Three of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups. Yes, very good. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty. Ten of Cups is happy home, happy family. So a lot of you could just be experiencing like a lot of blessings at this time. This is also amazing for love. So, some of you could be attracting a person you have a family with. You have this April card and this apple. It says temptation will test you. This could be a temptation from the month of April. So I would be careful of any past temptations with this energy. You have this fair man. It says dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. You have this boot card. It says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goal. So yeah, anything that you want to accomplish at this time, I would focus in that direction. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups has that big cup. That is her focus. We said the word focus on the Queen of Cups. She is making her heart her focus. That's where you should be increasing your efforts. If you do that, you will be happy you did. You have this Vine card. It says seek out information that will help you. Yeah, I think you're learning a lot. It seems to be a time of learning, which is weird because back in like 2016 when we had Saturn and Capricorn, I said that Saturn in Capricorn, sorry, my dog just scared the crap out of me barking, but I said that Saturn and Capricorn is like profitable education. And so I think you need to learn as much as you can now. You have this pineapple card. It says reconciliation. So this is a card of not like the past, but it could be a card of the universe reconciling with you, meaning like the universe owes you karma and you could be getting positive karma. You have this cobweb card. It says protected from negative forces beyond your control. Yes, I think you are protected at this time, but this looks pretty good here, Virgo. Pretty straightforward. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.